Hi, Simon. Oh, wait a minute. Hi, Grat. I'm super excited to be conducting this interview. Uh, your look is amazing. Hi there. My name is Nina Sped. I'm the head of marketing at LAAIMPA, and I'm excited to welcome you to our winners interviews. At first, I would like to congratulate you on your well-deserved win for the best music video. Grat the Cat is a bold and original work that really stands out with its uniqueness.
Hi, Nina. First of all, thank you so much for the award and for the visibility you're giving to this project. Simon, my human avatar, isn't available right now, so he asked me to speak on his behalf. And to be honest, he's not really owning his French accent.
How did the character of Gret come to life? Through the music, the visuals, or the initial idea of the character itself?
Honestly, it started as a joke. A bunch of AI artist friends just messing around. Someone shared a prompt with a fisheye effect. Looked like you were peeking through a door or a peephole, and suddenly everyone jumped in, shot after shot. It reminded me of those late 90s rap music videos. So I made a dog, then a cat, dressed like rappers. I thought that was it. But then a friend took it up a notch. She made this cat walking through Brooklyn wearing a cap. And she added a beat, a short animation, music. That's when I was like, okay, we're making a crew. The Croquette Crew. We threw out an open call in a Discord group. By the end, 14 AI artists had joined. Everyone did their own segment. It turned into this chaotic little patchwork video, beautiful in its own weird way. But Grat had the most shots in the clip. So I figured, why not give him his own spin-off?
As you put it yourself, Gret feels like a mix of Snoop Dogg and a glitched Garfield. How did you find that balance?
From the beginning, I had this image in mind. Snoop Dogg's swagger, with Garfield's zero energy vibe. That kind of cool that doesn't need to prove anything. I banged out a satirical rap with ChatGPT in like 10 minutes. Total freestyle. And since Simon's a cat fanatic, like genuinely obsessed, we thought, alright, let's go full hip hop with cats. Gold chains, sunglasses, that intense music video stare. Except it's a cat who looks like he'd rather be napping. Grat? He raps at the same pace he eats his kibble. Slow, unbothered, but somehow still iconic.
Why did you choose a talking cat as the voice of a story about digital culture and identity?
Because, honestly, who better than a cat to talk about the internet? I'm an iconic figure of the web, instantly recognizable, stuck between memes, videos, and digital culture. I embody humor, weirdness, and that little ironic distance everyone loves online. And here's a not so small detail. Images of cats were also used to train the very first AI image recognition models. In other words, without us, AI might not see very clearly today. By giving me a voice, you create a contrast, a familiar, cute character talking about digital identity and our behaviors on the web. It makes the message more accessible, more engaging. And let's be honest, if a human were saying all this, you'd probably have scrolled away already.
What does the late 90s rap video aesthetic mean to you? And why does it work so well with generative AI?
Simon was born in the 1980s. He was a teenager in the 1990s, and he was a huge fan of the music and visual creativity of that era. That period represents hip-hop culture, the one that made him dream when he was 16. Around me, the creatives who work with AI also grew up with that music and those visual worlds. They're all between 40 and 50 years old, so it really resonates with everyone. And apparently, Midjourney seems to be very well trained on that kind of visual style, because I didn't have much trouble generating them. It worked pretty quickly.
How did you use AI in shaping the visual style of the video? Was it more of a tool or a creative partner?
First of all, let's get one thing straight. This clip is 100% AI. Well, me and my human Simon. For this project, AI was clearly a tool, not a creative partner whispering brilliant ideas at 3 a.m. Simon comes from photography, so he had a very precise idea of what he wanted. Camera angles, style, composition, framing. Honestly, it wasn't hard for me to guide him in the right direction. For the lyrics, he asked ChatGPT to write them. Yes, he's a little ashamed. He only did 2 iterations, skim read them, laughed, and boom, everything went straight into Suno. It started as a joke between friends, so there wasn't much overthinking involved. The music, on the other hand, took more time. It's not his field at all, so it was harder to guide the process and get a sound he actually liked. In all his prompts, he never references specific artists, neither for images nor for music. That's his rule. He wanted something that felt like Wu-Tang Clan or Nas, a very New York style sound, without ever saying it directly. So yeah, that part took a bit longer. In the end, Simon had a very clear idea in mind. AI mainly helped him produce it, not develop it. And me, I supervised.
And were there any unexpected visual or musical ideas suggested by AI that made it into the final cut?
So no, the AI didn't really come up with any unexpected visual or musical ideas. Like I said, I didn't ask it to challenge me. I like to keep my paws on the wheel. That said, the very first version of the clip had far fewer shots. At the beginning, it was a very dynamic sequence, but not necessarily connected to the lyrics. So I went back and reread the lyrics. Yes, it happens. And that's when new visual ideas started popping up to complete the clip. That's how the hairless cat showed up, the cat drinking soy milk, and the one with the vacuum cleaner. Not ideas suggested by AI, but definitely very cat-approved ideas. Moral of the story, sometimes you just need to reread what's already there and let the human work while the cat supervises.
How did you maintain both humor and underlying critique without turning the film into a parody?
Luck. Honestly, this project was very spontaneous. I didn't overthink it. I just followed my intuition. Sometimes when you try to add too much or over-polish everything, you lose that fresh spontaneity and a certain creative naivete. Overthinking is very uncat-like, by the way. That said, my human is a creative director and has been doing this job for over 20 years. So yes, there's experience involved too. Experience that helps you get to what works faster. Intuition, a bit of luck, years of practice, and a cat making sure no one takes it too seriously.
Brad was such an amicable character. Why do you think Grat resonates so strongly with audience today?
For me, there are several factors. First of all, it's a cat. And generally speaking, everyone likes cats. That's already a very strong starting point. No need to overthink it. Then, the clip is funny and satirical. And because everything is told through cats, it avoids stereotyping humans. As a result, no one feels targeted, but everyone recognizes a little bit of themselves. Subtle. Well, as subtle as a cat can be. And then there's the more generational factor. Festival juries mostly come from the same generation. They all lived through that era. And for all hip-hop fans, we're inevitably a little nostalgic for those times. So it brings back good memories. That's definitely what it does for me. And I genuinely think that feeling is shared by many.
What mattered most to you in this project? Was it the music, the character, or the social commentary?
For me, it's really the music. Throughout the whole editing process, I kept thinking, the visuals are really cool, but the music just hits. And even though I listened to it hundreds of times during the edit, I never got tired of it. Not once. Which is pretty rare, even for a cat with excellent listening endurance.
And after winning Best Music Video, what creative experiments are you excited to explore next?
This little clip, which started as a joke, turned out to be a real revelation. Winning awards for music videos is really cool, stimulating, and deeply rewarding. It definitely gave Simon wings. And as for me, this year, I'm aiming for more kibble. So I encouraged him to take on an AI short film. The challenge is huge, because beyond visual results, the real test is storytelling. The level is so high that we'll have to work even harder to stand out. But that's exactly the challenge I wanted to give him. A motivated human works better, especially under a cat's supervision.
Congratulations once again, Simon slash Grat. Again, was very excited to see you here and would like to thank you for your time. We're truly looking forward to your future projects. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Many thanks again, Nina, for this great moment of sharing. I'm very glad I managed to charm the jury with my clip, and I'll see you very soon.
Hey, Grat! What are you doing in my chair again? I hope you're not watching videos of humans doing stupid things.